We got to believe home opener W is live. The happy recap,
Put it in the books.
Put it in the books. There's birds chirping. If that's not as much a sign of the juju and the world we are living in right now, I don't know what is. Oh, and of course our queen Riley Reed.
Shout out to the 128. The 128 were in the building today. We will talk about the game in a second. This was the star of the show, and I wish I was almost joking. I could not believe it. First of all, we ran into a member of the 120 in the wilds, which is pretty ridiculous given the odds. I figure 70 of the 128 could have been in the area and wanted to go to the game. Maybe a dozen actually went to opening day. 45,000 people there. We run into another member of the 128. Unbelievable. I have never worn a Barstool shirt somewhere that got this much attention. And I mean, obviously so, but the amount of people who were stoolies, who were like, yo, 128, or like, yo, Buck, and all that shit. The amount of people who didn't know who we were or what we were, who were like, yo, can I get a picture of your shirt? And I thought they're a stoolie. I was like, yeah, ready to get in the picture with them. And they would just put it right down, right at my shirt. I felt like they were taking pictures of my tits. Everybody wants the 128. So we do have a new rule. As long as the Mets are in first place in the NL East, these shirts will be on sale. However, this on the back will be a different color. So only the originals get the orange on the back. So, because we can't change things up right now. 6-2 should be 8-0. I ain't changing a goddamn thing. So get them while you can, because these are going to be this year's Yo-Nos or whatever. This is going to be the rallying shirt this year. I'm going to say, Clem, I think I'll give it back to you here. I think that was the greatest opening day I've ever experienced. I mean, we were there and front row and everything, but just as far as the game goes, I don't think has there been a better one?
Not that I can remember. I'm sure there might have been one or two that I saw on TV, but I remember plenty of opening days where it's a bullpen, at the end of the game. The bullpen at the end of the game, that's when the bullpen pitches, as we all know, first breaking by me. And either you sweated it out or you lost. I mean, we remember the Looper Scooper games, all the bad games from the Wilpons days. We do not speak of those anymore. But a 10-3 absolute cakewalk. Lindor hits 2 bombs.
Marte goes deep. Comeback scumbag of the year goes deep.
Yep. And the only one who doesn't go deep, it feels like, is Pete Alonso, who was in our parlay. But I mean, the fact Pete got up after back-to-back home runs, just to that was worth the price of admission alone, that you knew you were going to get the win. Do you get your money along with the Pete fuck bomb? It was perfect. The sun was beautiful. Bassitt, I didn't realize Bassitt was dealing the way he was. He only gave up 2 hits after that tricky first inning. So, and that first inning could have went, a different way. All things considered. Best opening day. And I got to just shout out the source, Stu Feiner, for inviting us, and Frank and Tank.
Frank was there. You know who is the star of the show is Sandy. She is an unbelievable woman who is just so cool, calm, and collected while her husband is crazy and while Frank is being a maniac. She's got 2 grown men next to her wearing porn stars on their shirts. She was just so cool, so awesome, more beautiful in person. She was the MVP of the day, but fucking Stu hooked it up. I've never sat that close. I've sat front row, but I don't think I've ever sat we were the wheelchair row in front of front row and on the goddamn dirt. It was unbelievable. Perfect day, 65 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, bombs away. Bassitt hound pitch as well, except for Fawn Sholey Reed. It was perfect across the board.
He got his 3 outs. It's all that matters. It's all that matters in the end.
And let me recap. We'll talk about the game, but for our experience, since not everyone else got the same thing we did, we're front row with Frank and Stu during the pageantry, during the opening ceremonies where they go through the whole team. Frank proceeded to boo every member of the medical team. So they're head trainer, John Smith, boo! There's this beautiful little girl. They're assistant trainer, Abigail Smith. And he's boo! It was a lot to handle. But that was about the only the only outburst from Frank, really. Sean Foley-Reed got some, but the rest was positivity. Stu was a ball of electricity, as always. A bunch of great stoolies in the mix. I know the 7 line was there. But I mean, yeah, nothing was there anything that like stood out from like where we were and our experience? Because it was, I mean, if you've never sat that close at a ball game, I know not everyone can and not everyone can afford it, but it's worth it to see it all up close. The speed of the game and the sounds and the sights of the game, it's fucking unbelievable.
It just makes you feel like a real asshole when you're like, I can't believe this guy didn't make the backhand catch and, make a triple play and just hit it. Like Eduardo Escobar making a routine play at third base would have like crushed me because the ball is just coming so fast. But I mean, anyone who's ever gone close to a game just knows the difference. Again, the biggest thing was it was positive Frank the entire time, which was nice to see. And you guys actually bonded over your hate of Fawn Sholey Reed or whatever your name is for him now. So
yeah, no, Fawn Sholey was like, because I got this video of Frank. He I don't know. He walked the first 2, and everyone's booing, and I fucking hate that guy. And then he gives up like a double, whatever the circumstances were. And Frank he watched the ball go to the corner, and he goes, "This guy stinks. This guy stinks." And it was like the first one was passionate, the second one was loud, and I was dapping it up with him like, "Yeah, man, this is the one black mark on this beautiful day." I don't know, Meek. I said I wanted him to get as shelled as possible so that we can move on from this idea that he should even be a part of this fucking bullpen.
Look, I mean, if he goes to AAA next, I hope he does. Like, get someone else up, like burn his arm. I don't care, but
Anybody.
he got his 3.
Uh-oh. Did we just lose Phil to the Matrix?
I was like, I don't know if it's me or you guys. Did you lose him too?
Yeah, I think his mic just went. I think it's just his mic. I don't think we lost him to the Matrix like we usually do at HQ. I got it. Like that's the thing is, like you said, Kev, the stadium was electric. I mean, we had the
now.
There we go.
You're good now. We got you back.
Yeah, no, I guess I was just rallying so hard that I just unplugged myself. So,
you did get his 3 outs. You got his 3 outs.
You never want to see a reliever warm up in a 10-1 game, basically, and that's what we saw. But you know what? Exactly. We won. That's all that matters in the end.
Dude, I actually being up 10-1. Never mind. I was going to bring up a game that we don't talk about anymore. Never mind.
No, we do not talk about the bad times. If you didn't jump off that bridge, Chris Bassitt's first inning may have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah. The stadium was rocking. I was very happy with that. It's like it just feels a little different. And I pull into the parking lot. And I get out of my car, and these 2 stoolies are pulling in. And so I end up I was waiting for Clem to get there. So I end up having a couple beers with them. And this guy, his name was Alex. And he told me last year he went to 4 games, and he saw 2 runs. and you know what? I bet you he's not alone. I bet you there's a lot of guys who went to a lot of games and saw very little runs. And that is like awful. Jackie from KFC Radio was at the game today. I didn't even know. She goes, turns out Mets games are pretty fun. And I said, this Mets game was pretty fun. It's been a little while since they've been fun like this. But if we're going to move runners over and drive them in and hit home runs, and I know it's the Diamondbacks, the same way we said, I know it's the Nationals, but that's what you do, by the way. You beat the fuck out of the bad teams. So I don't want to hear it. But if that's going to be the case, it's going to be fun. So I'm happy for my man Alex that he got 4 games worth of runs in one sitting here. So
yeah, you score runs, and baseball's so much more fun.
It's
like I always say,
more fun. I mean, and the home runs are great, but the clutch hitting, the base knocks, my man Jankowski with that hair flowing, baby. There was just nothing to be upset about today. I just fucking loved every second of it, man.
Yeah, and again, I do feel like there is a good vibe in the ballpark, and you're going to be good. You're going to be a good vibe when you're 6-2 and win the home opener. But I hope that everyone else has kind of moved on to being like, all right, let's start being glass half full. And if this team can at least, like you said, get runs, because just being in a 2-1 game and you're tense the whole time, that's just not fun for anybody. But even if you win some games 8-3, you lose some games 8-3, I'll take that over just the shit we lived through last year, which was like a mental fucking warfare. But just having the, again, beautiful day, all that kind of stuff. The Seaver statue, that just feels like another good juju sign. We're moving on to state. By the way, when you see that statue, and I didn't know where it was going to be, and it just popped up, it's right next to the Apple for anyone who's going to the games in the near future. It is fucking enormous.
It's a big statue, and I don't know, that stuff doesn't really get me going, like statues and memorabilia and the
I feel like if it's someone that you watched play, it probably would hit a little harder.
You're definitely right with that. But I was going to say, in general, like the rotunda and this and that doesn't usually get me, going. But when I saw that, and I think it's also because he did have such a distinct delivery with his leg like all the way on the ground. But it's a cool sight. It's definitely a good addition. So yeah, I mean, it was, as far as the my one problem is that goddamn dog. We got to save that goddamn dog. I can't take it anymore. I was screaming after we left. By the way, Clem, I was screaming and yelling at the people taking pictures with him. I was like, "Free this dog! It's animal abuse." Other than that, a picture perfect day at Citi Field.
And like you said, I don't think we're going to be the people that free the dog, but the goal of our podcast is to inspire the people who then free that dog. And that kind of, hands are clean on that one. So anyone who, has seen that dog.
In a legal and safe way, I want someone who has the means to finally get that dog and set him free. It's been going on far too long. It's like time's up. It's like the Me Too movement for dogs. We've been turning a blind eye to this. We're going to save this fucking dog this year.
And so, and like you said, kind of with the, juju and the vibes around Citi Field, like Mikey Papp said, the vibes were immaculate today. And listen, we've moved on from calling them the Lindorks, but I think we can finally say, like, Francisco Lindor is endearing himself to Mets fans. Those 2 bombs were perfect today. We start off on the right foot. I forgot that, like, 48 hours ago, people were saying, like, are they going to boo Lindor on opening day? I'm like, boo Lindor on opening day? That is fucking ass. That is ancient history.
You know who got a standing ovation today? I was shocked to hear. Oliver Perez.
Yeah. And he tipped the cap, and it was fucking Snow White on top. It was unbelievable.
I'll tell you this right now. If Steve Cohen did not own a team, Oliver Perez will get booed the hell out on opening day.
But that's
the Cohen effect.
It's a good sign that we've kind of moved on. By the way, I have not moved on from the Lindorks. Maybe you guys have. I will call them out from now on till the 10th year of this contract. I will remind you that you jump ship on what is going to be one of the best shortstops in the game after a month, you fucking asshole Lindorks. Guy is going to be, I will say this, after last year was so bad, even though he ended up with 20 bombs, it was so bad in the beginning, I thought to myself, well, you know what? We're probably never going to get that guy who hits 38 home runs and bats 280. If that happens, oh my God, I'm going to be so insufferable to all you fucking assholes. Just wait. I'm not over the Lindorks, and I never will be.
That's fine. And we said this, Kev. We said it in the park before the game. I mean, again, going back to last week, it's like, opening day, here we go. Jacob deGrom hurt, and we get just brought back to earth. Today, everyone's all fired up, and like, it's 2020 all over again. It's just fucking COVID, guys. So Nimmo, they said Nimmo and Ken have it, but are asymptomatic? Yes,
they're both positive, but asymptomatic, and then it's a coach and a staff member.
And is Dom effective?
Dom's fine. Dom was just not in the lineup because Buck didn't want to play him. Simple as that.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fair. So I wasn't sure how that all went. And again, but it kind of like he takes the wind out of your sails, and you're just like, here we go, Mets again. And I said to Kev, I said, if this fucking team can bounce back and just win this game today, it's going to feel different like it did last week when they just put all the bullshit behind them. And sure enough, it was not only hitting, it was fielding, it was base running. We lead the league in steals, which I couldn't believe. It's like the Mets, I don't know the last time the Mets led the league in steals, but we have the speed. Starling Marte, an absolute stud in every fucking facet of the game. And Cano, that dirty motherfucker, hits a bomb. He hits a few of those every week or so.
Comeback scumbag. Comeback scumbag, baby.
We keep facing pitchers like Zach Davies. I think we're going to be all right. So,
that lineup, man, the Diamondbacks lineup, what was his name? There was Pavin
Smith.
Pavin Smith can suck my dick. What was the other guy? Dalton Vashor or whatever?
Varsho.
I mean, these guys are not real humans. I don't want to thump my chest too much because looking at that lineup, I was like, these guys should lose like 140 games. Holy shit.
I mean, they lost 110 last year, so you're not that far off.
Seriously. They're going to be very bad. But that, like, if we were just squeaking by, I'd be concerned. If you beat the shit out of the bad teams, that's what the good teams do.
And like we said, the hardest day of the year is when your team faces the Arizona Diamondbacks on Jackie Robinson Day, and there's no names or numbers on the back of jerseys. I was like, I have no clue who any of these fucking guys were.
No idea, man. They're wearing the gray with the blue 42 on the back, the red on the front. Half the time, I'm like, who is what? I feel like an old man watching that game. I was like, what's going on out here?
Dude, imagine being someone that isn't on Twitter that is like, you're on opening day and they're doing the intros like, wait, Matt Reynolds, he's on opening day roster? Like, just out of nowhere.
We were so confused about that.
I didn't know that. We didn't see that beforehand. I had no idea that was – I didn't know that. And I also didn't know that Jake was going to be there. So when he got announced, I was fucking gassed up as soon as I knew DeGrom was there. But Mark Reynolds, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Matt Reynolds.
Yeah, and when he said Matt Reynolds, I thought it was Mark Reynolds, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, let's get some."
Tim Healy tweeted Mark Reynolds. I had to do a double take. Wait, we got him.
Imagine that.
How was the vibe on Twitter during all this, Phil? How was the Mets Twitter vibe? How was everyone?
I mean, we were just having a fun time. That's really it.
We were partying.
Any good broadcast moments?
Dude, I was at the game. You know that, right?
Oh,
that's right. Kyle was home. I forgot.
I think Kyle was home. Yeah, I was at the game. Yeah.
Where were you? Did we see you? No, we didn't see you.
No, I was just walking around. I was just.
You should have come down. I didn't realize that. I saw Pabs there. What are the chances that we just run by Pabs?
Yeah,
that was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, I didn't know you were there. We should have all fucking linked up.
I thought Kyle was there too, but I saw like a bunch of tweets from the God Believe account. Like, oh, maybe he's not here.
All right, do you want to get into calls because there's not much.
I'll tweet out the link.
Yeah,
other than just beatdown, right?
Yeah, beatdown. I've realized too. I was listening to the post game, which by the way, I forget like the juice you get in you listening to the post game on the radio while leaving the stadium after a big win.
Yes.
And I was fucking bubbling. And here, Francisco Lindor, he says this. I feel like after every big win, he goes, "It's a great day to be a New York Met." And that's definitely like, if we could just somehow put that on a shirt without getting CNG'd immediately, because
we'll figure that out. We'll figure out a way to do that.
We'll figure that out.
I had a great moment leaving the ballpark, stuck in traffic, trying to get out of the parking lot. I got the post game on, and so right now, if you listen to KFC Radio, I have this nightmare of a car situation. I got to give my old car back. It's stuck in the shop. I had a rental car. Blah blah blah. Long story short, I borrowed a car for the next couple weeks from my uncle. It's a 2010 Prius, okay? So I'm driving. I have my hat off, and I see these guys looking through my window, and they're kind of eyeing me up. And I know by now when somebody recognizes me but doesn't recognize me, so I kind of wave. And they go, "KFC?" And I go, "Yeah." They go, "Where's the hat?" I pull the hat out. I put it on. They go nuts for the hat and then proceed to just start roasting me. Like, dude, you're driving a Prius? What do they pay you over there, dude? Aren't you rich? Don't you have money? They're like, "What year is that?" I go, 2010. They like the place erupted in laughter. I was like, "Get me out of here, man." I was probably there for like 5, 6, 10 minutes just waiting for the fucking it was brutal. I was just getting clowned.
So the links are out. We're gonna fill up. We'll get some callers in here. I think Pabs. I don't know if anyone can see the callers. I can't see anybody.
I got the callers. I'll be able to bring them in.
You got the callers now.
Yeah.
Okay. You got the callers. So yeah, we'll bring them in. But yeah, all in all, and then tomorrow we got a 110 game. Again, love some
day games all weekend. Perfect.
I know.
I'm gonna just thank Uncle Stevie for that. I mean, it may not have been his call, but I'm gonna give him credit for it anyway. We got Carrasco against Gallen?
It's Zach Gallen, his first start. So maybe we get lucky and we get into the bullpen early because he's like a dumb pitch count. So
and then it doesn't have anyone listed for Sunday, but I'm guessing that's gonna be
someone named Castellanos is starting on Sunday. I have no idea who this guy is. So
if you don't know, that's crazy.
Humberto Castellanos. I have no idea. This may be a creative player. I have no idea who this is.
I wonder why Peterson isn't pitching then.
No, he is. He is.
Oh, you're talking about for the Diamondbacks?
I'm talking about for the Diamondbacks, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because it said Caleb Smith here. So, okay. I got you.
Caleb Smith pitched today. He was the one that came up the back-to-back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he got absolutely titted. I don't like a Castellanos being anywhere near my team. I don't care if it's Nick or anyone with that last name. That is fucking the black devil. That is the black cloud. That is the black angel of death, basically. So, I don't know.
I just tweeted out the link. So anybody wants to join and we'll take your calls. All positive vibes only. Frank the Tank, of course, after the final out, is giving is doing his post-game video. And I'm just like kind of listening with one ear. And I hear him complaining about Fawn Sholey Reed. I hear him complaining about McCann. It's like, bro, what more do these guys got to do to get you to give him some love in the post-game? 10-3, monster bombs, perfect day. And he's talking about like a specific at bat that McCann swung at a 3-0 pitch or whatever the fuck it was. Like, Jesus.
He's batting 3. God damn it, McCann.
James McCann went over 4. I'm pissed about that too, but I know when to appreciate a 10-run outburst. Like, just catch the ball. That's all I want.
Right.
Props to James McCann. He did strike him out, don't throw him out double play. That's all I wanted today from a 10-run outburst. Perfect.
That was nice. That was a nice moment, man. That was a big moment in the ballpark too. We went nuts for that one.
Little other thing I like too at the end is I saw that they put in Plummer and Guillorme for Marte and Cano, and I like again keep the old guys like fresh, limber. Like you don't need to play them in a fucking blowout. Yep. It's the little things with Buck that I appreciate.
By the way, Chris DiStefano was in the comedian was with the Cohens today, and I think he tweeted out or posted on Instagram a video of the suite that they have. The Cohen suite in Citi Field is nicer than your house. Nicer than like 99% of the country's house. It is spectacular. It has a full round bar in it. It has like a living room area. It's all white leather. It is fucking immaculate. I don't know what the Wilpons had. I don't know if it's any different or if they upgraded, but the Cohens are living nice in Citi Field. I want to do a sleepover in that thing. I don't need any Bobby Bonilla room. I want fucking put in Chirpy Chaz, who wants to defend McCann. Let's hear this. This better be literally defending the name, because if you defend the player, we're gonna have problems.
Chirpy Chaz.
Hey, fellas. Big
What's
fan.
up, dude?
What's up, Chirpy?
How's it going? So, do you guys remember what Wilson Ramos was like? How he was the laziest piece of shit ever. He would like catch pitches, his glove would fall down, he'd be like bending over, he couldn't tag anyone.
The Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
If you guys remember, Tony La Russa said when Yadi Molina first came up, he was like, I don't care if this guy hits 0-0-0, he's gonna be my catcher. You know what I mean? And I feel like
he's a Molina, dude. Are we comparing McCann to Yadi Molina?
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, like I agree with Tony La Russa. Yadi was like a pitching rotation changing Gold Glove wizard who did like impact the game. Unless McCann is doing some shit that I don't know. I don't know if we're ready to put him on that level, but
no, he's not Molina, but he's very good, and he works with the staff. And if you remember, pre-McCann, our pitching was terrible outside of DeGrom. Remember all the issues we had,
bro? Are we giving what's happening? I mean, I know what you're talking about. I've done this before. Listen. Back in the day, when people used to clown Mike Piazza for his glove, I would say all these same things. He calls a good game. He blocks the plate well. He works well with the rotation. These are all just like little ways to try to say a player is good when he's fucking.
He's not. It's just not.
He's not.
Well, yeah, he hasn't hit for tiddly twat, but at least for me, catching is such like a defensive position. I really don't care what you hit.
He's like some wizard either. I think you could put in like
no
any other catcher, and I think you'd get the same thing.
I also like how we treat our catchers like pitchers. Like they're just locked in at the 9th spot in the order now. It's like we don't even have a DH.
Yeah, exactly. But when you have a stacked offensive team like the Mets do, you can kind of do that. The Braves do that with Swanson.
I love.
We lost you again. We lost your mic.
So I have decided I'm going to be the optimistic one on the podcast, and I can't have my guy Chirpy Chaz here just getting fucking killed by people. I have decided that I'm going to be the McCann defender. I'll take this is my cross to bear. I'll say that I'm going to just look for defensive stats every time I could find them about catchers and how he does certain things well. I mean, obviously he can throw runners out. He threw one out today. He probably does a good job calling the game, blocking
the key is Clem is to ask the pitchers. If you get any pitchers on, get
Yes.
Gil on.
Are you like a McCann? Is he your family member or something?
No.
No, he
wish
is
you
a
were.
competent catcher. I don't want to get on it. Like, I'm not trying to be down on anybody after today, but when we're tossing around Yadi Molina, I don't know.
No, come on. I wasn't comparing him. I was just giving a reference.
No,
like a story.
I get you, man.
The McCann last name kind of fucks you too, because you hear McCann, you think good
Mhm.
catcher, right? Because he motherfucked us a whole bunch. Like I'm gonna call him like Jimmy Nickham. I'm gonna like reverse his name or something like that,
Right.
and be like,
What-
he's,
what I was
like,
saying though is I'd
$10
rather
million
have
guy
McCann.
that the pitchers like. That's fine with me. That's fine.
What I was saying though is I'd rather have McCann than Ramos again. Ramos could hit like 280 and with 15 bombs, and he was dreadful back there. He would single-handedly lose us games.
Yeah, we did go through
I'd rather keep these pitchers happy.
we went through a long time where we had a lot of catchers who looked like they were in RBI baseball. Like just those big, like Omir. And the thing is, we fall in love with the backup catcher again, who's like I said, is like the backup quarterback. It's the Omir Santos. Like that guy will never have to buy a beer again in New York because he hit one home run off of Jonathan Papelbon like a decade
That was
ago.
a great moment. He shouldn't have to play for another meal. That was an unbelievable fucking moment.
No, yeah.
Yep.
All right,
So,
boys. Well, thanks for having me on.
no
All right,
problem,
bro.
Chirpy
Thank you.
Chaz.
I'll be listening.
Now I'm the
Yes,
goddamn McCann apologist on this podcast. Thanks a lot, Chirpy Chaz. I didn't see that coming, but here we are.
Somebody's got to carry the torch, Clem.
Yep.
All right,
I'm-
see you guys.
I'm gonna start like making up facts. Like James McCann learned how to speak Spanish, so Francisco Alvarez will be comfortable coming up. Like he's best friends with his mom.
I think that was a James McCann plant. I think that was like his nephew.
Yeah.
Defend me. That was crazy.
Oh shit!
Hey, what's up, boys?
What's
What we
going
got,
on?
man?
He's
What's
back.
going
How we
on?
doing, brother?
Yes, sir. Doing well. You mentioned earlier that all of you were at the game, so no one saw the broadcast. One of the funniest moments was when the Diamondbacks switched from their starting pitcher to whoever their first reliever was. With no name, same number for everyone. Gary says, "I don't even know who this is." They put the one name was that was on the jumbotron was whoever's name, and the name that SNY told Gary, Keith, and Ron was a different name. So he just says, "I don't know who this is. We'll figure
Dude,
it out and tell you."
That's really. I mean, we were saying that for us, but the fact that Gary. I mean, think about it. You're just totally at the mercy of the jumbotron because these guys are fucking nobodies, and everyone wearing 42. Of course, it's nice, but like, can we or the names? We can at least do 42 and the names maybe because when you're playing a team like this, it was like we were just playing RBI baseball guys. It was like we had no idea what was going on. For Gary Cohen to not know, and for Meek to not know, that's like these guys are fucking nobodies.
And he even said that, like, the guy who were either one of them, he says, "I don't know who either of them are anyway." They were looking at the pictures in their in the Diamondbacks like website or whatever, and they're like, "I can't tell which one it is. We'll tell you when we know." It took like 4 or 5 strikes, might have been the first batter, and they're like, "All right, we've confirmed that it's this person." I was dying.
It's funny when it's like, not only do we not know the names, the numbers, but it's also like all these guys suck, so it really doesn't matter. It could be this guy, or this guy. They're all going to be bums and give it up here. So,
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna call them all Chad Qualls. That's who every single fucking skinny Diamondbacks reliever is from now on. If I don't have a name on the back, they're Chad Qualls to me.
bad ball. What a throwback, man. Anything from Keith? Any like Keithisms or anything?
He didn't get scammed. Did he get scammed again? Did you guys see that? He got scammed or almost scammed the other day.
He did talk about that. He said that he got an email from the president of Florida Power and Light apologizing. Gary says, "Are you sure that's a real email or is that another scam?" He says, "I didn't think of that. It might be." And he's like, "I don't want to talk about this anymore." And then went back to the game. It was a beautiful broadcast. Such a great time. I worked from home today. I told my boss I wasn't feeling well just so I could have it on in the background. Best move I made. It was probably one of the best games that I've seen since, I don't know, July of last year.
Oh,
Yep. Well, good fucking move. Enjoyed it. I'm happy to hear. And yeah, we're gonna keep like this is the kind of like positive momentum we have to keep going. If opening day can be stress free, everything should be fine moving forward. At least that's what I'm going to tell my dumb ass here. So
I also wanted to say, as much as the bullpen has scared the heck out of me, Shreve pitched beautifully. Drew Smith didn't scare me as much as he usually does.
Mm-hmm.
I won't talk about the last one because I don't want to.
We don't talk. He's on the banned list.
Well, you know what? We dropped 2 pitchers at the end of April, and I'm saying him and Rodriguez. See ya.
Yeah, no, he is. There's a couple guys that are tough scenes right now. I mean, Fawn Sholey Reed doing the lean in thing when you suck is a tough look.
Yeah, it's amazing when he's like pitching all right. When he's just like flat out bad, it's like I hate him even more.
Yeah,
great mustache, awesome stance.
Yep. That's a problem.
Yep, big time.
But hey, thanks for having me on again, guys. Always a great time.
You got it,
my friend. Thanks for coming on. Good shit.
I do like this quote from Lindor, like it's a good time to be a New York Met, like hammering that every time.
Absolutely.
What's up, man? Who we got?
Dean, nice to meet you guys. Love the podcast. One of my favorite sports podcasts, so thank you for having me on. One thing, I was going over this with my friend after the game. We were talking about how McNeil was in the leadoff spot, and I know a lot of Mets Twitter goes on and on about lineups and lineup iterations and stuff like that, but we legitimately have 3 leadoff men in Marte, Nimmo, and McNeil. That's a scary proposition. Like, if everyone's going to continue their form
as an on-base guy too, there's a ton of guys that are going to get on base every which way, and a bunch of bats behind them to plate them.
Yeah,
I feel like if you get one more big bat in the middle there, it would be a very, very scary lineup. But yeah, man, those are all, and like they work counts. They're going to wear you out. Then they're going to get on base. It is a beautiful thing, man.
That Marte at bat where he hit the home run, he was fouling off pitches, working the count. Everything is going amazingly offensive wise. I have no complaints.
Especially, I keep saying the new guys. Like everybody playing well. From this offseason is so nice to see because I was so down with the DeGrom injury, and I was like, I think I'm gonna hate Mark Canha and these guys who usually have the Jason Bay type effect. I was like, Canha's gonna suck, Marte's gonna be injured, and Eduardo Escobar is gonna just be like whatever. And instead, they're like all my fucking favorite players in the team right now. They're all unbelievable. It's not just that they're good; they're like good in all the right ways too.
Exactly. Turns out Mark Canha is a 400 hitter. Who knew?
And Eduardo Escobar gets an extra base hit every damn game. I mean,
this might be a weird thing, and I don't know if you can see it on TV. I pointed out to Clem.
You did.
His legs are they're like bursting out of his pants, dude. His calves are fucking like tree trunks. The man is built like a rock.
You're like Johnny Drama when he's looking at Lamar Odom. He's like, look at these calves. Look at
his calves. Are great.
No, man, it's crazy. What's it called? Yeah, I was also looking at stats before the game. Eduardo Escobar has 8 walks. Lindor has 6. Nimmo's also up there. This team just gets on base and manufactures runs, and it's crazy how you can go from Conforto, Pilar, and Blankenhorn to actual ball players. It's nuts.
It was a sad state of affairs, and I don't think if you are a non-Mets fan, you might not understand how amazing it is to us. Like if you were to watch a game with us right now, if you were a Dodgers fan or a competent team, you'd be like, why are these guys so excited? Somebody milked a walk and then a couple hits, and it's like, that's a big deal over here. That's huge for us. It's crazy. It's
a clutch 2-out hit to drive a run. Oh my God.
Yeah, to me that feels like you're watching, like a play that happens once every fucking 50 years.
It's like a perfect game. Yeah.
How does 2-out RBIs line up against insurance runs? What's the level of cum?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, let me tell you this much: if it's a 2-out survival run, the cum goes fucking everywhere. I still take the insurance run cum, but almost because I'm still not even used to the 2-out cum. I'm like, it still sneaks up on me where I'm still like, as soon as there's 2 outs, I'm like, all right, we're probably not going to score here. And so once I really start to get cocky and think about these 2-out these two out nuts. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of come, man. It's gonna be a lot of come.
Yeah. No, if everyone can get vaccinated, Nimmo, hopefully.
Yeah.
This
Take the
lineup
fucking
is
shot,
really
man.
scary, man. Really
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
And to think that, like, hopefully at the deadline we'll be active. Like, it doesn't have to be. This isn't just it,
Yeah.
And then if this is how this team's gonna play, and then there's some way that Jacob deGrom can come back.
Oh my! I'm starting talking a 106er now.
We're talking come. We're talking come again.
All right. Thank you guys for having me on.
You
This
got it, bro.
season's
problem.
different, man.
Like,
You should have,
shit.
Dean. Dean, if you
Yeah.
ever want to host a podcast, your microphone and connection is better than any of ours.
Right?
By a million
Oh,
Sounded
yeah.
like
miles.
Vin Scully's shit. That
He
was
was
like
crystal clear.
crispy airways. Yeah, we're clearly getting ahead of ourselves, but like it's I think a level-headed way to say right now is it's different. Like, yes, it's so early, and who knows? But I feel confident that, like, even if we don't win the division, even if we still win 80-something games, I think it at least it won't be because we can't score runs as a professional baseball team. If it's the bullpen is, but I think with some good pitching, I think we have run scoring offense. So at least we get to watch like real baseball this year, as we, whether we get it done or not.
Yeah, we don't have these 3-2 games, 2-1 games, 1-0 games every night where it's like,
To sweat.
no, we'll score runs. And look, sweating is one thing. Not scoring runs in a sweat is
Brutal.
painful.
Brutal. It
Painful.
literally is painful. I got to have a great conversation with my buddy Clem. We were just like hanging out talking because we were, putting crooked numbers up there. Every now and then we see a dinger, crack of the bat, run score. It's great. It's a life-changing experience. So we got any more? Or I'm going to crush my Chinese food. Who we got?
What's up, guys? It's Colin.
What's up, Colin?
What's up? It's just amazing, like watching, like scoring with running, like runners in scoring position. Like, I just
Incredible.
can't imagine that, like, just ever happening.
It sounds so stupid. Like we sound like losers, but it's true. It's amazing.
I want to bottle up Colin what he just said there. Like, that is what it's all about. Just he's like, I don't know how to feel. I just feel happy right now. It's crazy.
Like last year, we'd get a guy on second, one out, and I'd be like, "There's no way we're bringing this guy home. It's just not happening."
Those same guys that I was drinking with in the parking lot, the other guy, he said to me, if we had bases loaded with nobody out last year, I would sign for one run like every time, which is a disgusting thought. But like last year, more often than not, we're not even getting that one run. And the fact that that was like a legitimate comment and that I agreed with him is disgusting to think. And now I feel like, we're clearing the bases every time at this rate with this team.
And I feel like it's not a coincidence that Pete is leading the National League in RBIs because he hits homers all the time. Just now he has people on base.
Right. I mean, extra base hits, big homers, clutch hitting. Come.
Watch out too. Watch out too, because Jeremy Hefner is like the golden child right now. But Eric Chavez, you keep getting these guys to drive in home runs, and if you ever need to come, Eric, I will be at your house if you need it. We're already giving up blowjobs, and I just threw blowjobs out there. I should have just said hand job to start. No, Eric, you keep fucking getting us scored. Come will not be an issue. I promise you that much.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. I apologize, Colin, for going there.
And I really think Jankowski deserves like a
guy
spot.
That's my guy. That is my fucking guy. As long as I can run like the fucking wind, as long as he can play some D and put the bat on the ball.
I know.
You're going to see Janko a lot this next week. We'll see. Like this week, I think will be like we'll find out.
Well, we'll see with the Giants series. I don't know. We'll probably not have Nimmo because he's not vaccinated.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like I think we'll see. He'll probably have a handful of at bats this week, and maybe some of the warts will show. Maybe he'll step up like I know he can because he's my guy.
Yeah, it's great. He's like Syndergaard's head and hair with DeGrom's body.
Yeah, it's almost nice. Like there was this time where that flowing blonde hair was like a cool thing, and it reminded me of good times. And now that that's back a little bit, it's scratching that itch. So, Janko.
Yep. Love him. All right. Thanks for talking.
Gotta believe, baby. Thanks for hopping on.
Oh, I swear to God, I'm gassed, dude. I can't. Like, it's.
I can tell in your voice. You don't have a voice right now.
I got no voice. We got there at like. No, you can bring him in.
Yeah.
We got there, what 11 o'clock? It's a lot for my old ass now. Who's next?
Yeah.
We got Kyle right here coming in.
How's it going, Kyle?
How we doing, baby?
So I'm not the typical douchebag you may think I am. I'm a Yankee fan, but I had a question for you guys. So I was watching the post game today, and I know it was Tom Seaver Day, which was awesome. They put up the statue, love to see it. But in the post game, they said that if DeGrom won 4 more Cy Youngs and brought in 3 World Series, he wouldn't go above Seaver all time for the Mets. So I'm just curious, what do you guys think on that? Because I think if DeGrom did that in the next 10 years,
4 more Cy Youngs?
4 Cy Youngs,
4 total?
3 World Series, and the post game, I don't know who said it, but said he wouldn't be above Seaver as an icon. Would not be number 1 best Met. And I was like, 4 more Cy Youngs?
That is fucking.
That's like
absolutely insane.
Okay,
dude. I mean, the four Cy Young territory is very elite, and to tack on 3 World Series for this franchise, and assuming along the ways if he's doing that, he's racking up Jake numbers that we know are like fucking Gibson-esque. I want to find out who said that. That's. I mean, you guys agree that it would be DeGrom, right?
That's absurd. Yeah.
Okay. Because when he said it, I was like,
anybody. I mean, you know what? I'm sure if you talk to someone who watched Tom Seaver and we watched DeGrom, it's always going to be like a generational thing. But just based on numbers, 4 Cy Youngs is like that's like who? It's Maddox and Clemens and Schilling and like
he gets the Cy Youngs alone without the World Series, I think.
Yeah, that's. I wish I knew who it was. If anybody saw that and know which person it is, I'd love to know because that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. I just was listening to it and I was like, what?
That strikes me as someone who like the 69 Miracle Mets, which is like, again, one of the most incredible, improbable movie stories of all time, right? Like Seaver was the role as like the horse for that, the horse of 73 and like was the guy for that time. But you're then having Jake becoming like that guy and then some for these next World Series. And granted, you're not going to have the miracle scrappy Mets as winning the World Series. 4 fucking Cy Youngs and 3 World Series. When Tom delivered 1, he did, God bless him, and it was like the most improbable one ever. But yeah, what the fuck are we talking about here? By the way, I was just looking at Jake's baseball reference. I forgot he won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I forgot all
he's
that.
He's got numbers on numbers and accolades on accolades. While we have a Yankee fan on, and we're comparing pitchers, like, would you rather have Garrett Cole or like Kevin Brown? It's like a coin toss at this point in my mind.
Now you're getting aggressive, Kevin. Kevin's getting aggressive to our friend here who came in peace.
I do enjoy Garrett Cole, but it's not easy right now. The excuses, the 4-minute delay.
The worst. Can you admit, like, even if he pitches well, he kind of sucks as a guy, right?
He's not a great person right now. I mean, I still have the bad taste in my mouth from the wild card game. And I mean, look, he's gonna win the bullshit games for us, but we had the Red Sox, we have Toronto, big series for us. You gotta come through. You're the ace, $300 million. And he's not showing up. He didn't show up in the playoff game, and I'd much rather have DeGrom right now. But
I mean, I think there was a 4-minute delay today, and Chris Bassitt was just fine. So
the Bassitt hound was fine, dude.
Yeah.
He take the ball anytime, anywhere. He's coming for that ass.
But Michael King saved our ass too, because I love the Yankees, and I'm not like a crazy Mets hater. I know you see your traditional Yankee fan, the gabagoo. Like, I hope you guys succeed. I'm happy for Lindor. I hope he has a great season, but I don't know. I'm happy with 4-3 right now. We're up 1-0. Hopefully, get the nice sweep and do well. But thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Got it, man.
God damn it. You make me like Yankee fans. That was really nice. That was
a likable Yankee fan.
a pleasant fella.
All right, boy. I gotta get some food in me. I got my Chinese food. If you want to keep taking calls, you can do it. But I'm dying over here.
I know. I went grocery shopping before I came in, so I got shit melting right now. I just hopped on as soon as I got in the door. This was this was a nice little fire drill opening day. Happy recap. So W today. Hopefully take the series, if not a full fucking sweep of this nobody team that I can't.
We won 11 straight versus D-backs at home. Let's try to make that 13. Like, oh my god.
Come everywhere. We'll see you guys Monday for the real episode where we can really get into it. And until then, opening day.
Gotta believe.